Thanks, Ella, and welcome back to our Sunday gathering. Before we start, please invite your tens to join us and be sure to have your camera turned on so we may see your smiling faces. Now for our opening intention. Lance?
Thank you, Richard. Good morning, friends. Your opening intention. Those who await the day of the Lord, it means that they are waiting to be imparted faith above reason. That faith will be so strong as if they see with their eyes, with certainty, that it is so, that the Creator watches over the world in a manner of good and doing good. L'chaim. Richard?
Thanks, Lance. Today's special presentation is an HR award, and to present it, our head of the HR department, Iva.
Maybe we can start with Chaim and then move to Iva. Don't know.
She will be right back in a second.
So Richard, maybe I can start with some technical announcements first.
Of course, Chaim.
Okay, hello guys. So we'll talk later about the practical work in the 10. For now, I have a few technical announcements that I'd like to mention. Well, some of them are not so technical. First of all, we want to remind you guys, especially this one is in particular to mothers who want to be at the Congress next October. Okay, October of 2026. Mothers who want to be at the Congress, it'll be like a regional Congress where all the friends from North America will gather. Each region will gather in its own place. And so there will be physical gatherings in regions. In Europe, one or two in Europe, one or two in Russia, one in Israel, one in North America, and one or two in South America. So mothers who have children and want to attend the congresses, we need to know if the fact that if you need an arrangement for the children, we will not be able probably to provide a children's program, but if there are enough mothers who want to bring their kids, we will set up a place and proper appropriate food for kids, something that kids like to eat. So we need to know in advance in terms of food and in terms of location, whether or not you intend to bring your kids, or if the fact that there is no such arrangement prevents you from coming to the Congress, because we want as many people to come as possible. Okay, so, and we know that people like to get organized in advance, and that's why we're sending out this message so early in advance, so that you can all get ready, okay? So if you're a mother with kids and you're wondering what to do, or if you know a mother with kids who is wondering what she should do, then please let us know. We had serious issues with this in May, and we want to prevent the mess that we had in May and get ready in advance. Okay? So I will post a link in a minute in the chat here, and we will repost it in the women's and men's chats, especially in the women's chats. Okay? So please fill out the form if you are a mother with kids and want to attend the Congress. Or if you know of a woman who is in that situation, please forward the link to her if she doesn't see it. Okay? Of course, if you are a father and you guys as a family want to be at the Congress, so this applies to you as well. So we need to know what is the arrangement. Okay, I mean, if there's a situation where the mother goes to the Congress and the father stays with the kids because there's no arrangement for the kids, then we need to know that as well, all right? The form is phrased, I think, in female form, in female tense, but whatever, it applies to both, okay? So I'll post the link, and please fill out the form if it's relevant for you, or send it to someone for whom it may be relevant, okay? That's the first thing that I would like to say. I'll do that in a minute once I'm done with the announcements. Another important announcement. You know, you have in the men's tens, every few weeks, you pair up and do the prep for the lesson, right? So that's going to change now in order to make it easier on you guys. And instead of pairing up with a 10 to make a preparation for the lesson, which we realize has become a serious effort for many tens, we're now going to do it in individual tens, just like it's done in Petach Tikva, where each 10 takes its own preparation and does the preparation by itself, okay? So you guys will get your week, and you already have your Zooms. You can use the times you meet anyway to get together and work up your lineups and whatnot. There will be a few exceptions. If tens are just too small to do the preparation on their own, so these tens will be hooked up together in pairs. But otherwise, the majority of tens will work on their own from now on, and you can use the times you meet anyway during the week to do the preparation, so that will save a lot of bureaucracy and trying to find the right time for tens to meet and who's going to do what, etc., etc., etc. Okay, that's number 2. A few things that are important to mention, not technical, but are important to mention. We are watching recorded lessons now. And we've heard that for some people, it is more difficult to watch recorded lessons than to watch live lessons with Rav. I think we need to remind ourselves, first of all, that Rav is not going to be here forever. And second, that every group of Kabbalists, since the dawn of Kabbalah, has gone through that phase, okay, where the teacher goes away. It happened with the students of Rabash. It happened with the students of Baal Sulam. It happened every time there's a Kabbalist who teaches, because life ends at some point. But that's no reason for us to give up our spirituality, to stop attending lessons, because the teachings they give is eternal. We don't get the light from the teacher. We get the light from the Creator through the environment. And the teacher only guides us to the environment and to the Creator. And that doesn't stop when the teacher is not here physically. His teachings are there and will be forever. Just like we have Baal Sulam's teachings and Rabash's teachings and we will have house teachings. And thanks to technology, we'll have his videos, his recorded lessons, right? So we have everything we need in order to keep progressing. And it may take some getting used to, but the spiritual value is not lost because of the demise of the physical body. If anything, it's a greater effort on us, which means a greater spiritual gain. Okay, so let's keep that in mind, and let's remind our friends who find it difficult that they have only what to gain by coming to the lessons. Okay? That's another point I wanted to mention. Another point is, it's important to watch the lessons with friends because, like I said, we get the light through the environment. And the environment consists of the friends and the books and the teacher or the teachings of the teacher. And that's how we draw the light from the Creator. Okay, so if you are in a room on your own or with only two friends, go into the general rooms, Ang 1, Ang 2, etc., and just watch it with friends. And if there's a workshop, and there are many workshops these days, relatively many, it's better to have more friends to workshop with rather than just the two of you, unless you guys are hooked up in Zoom or something, or there are many friends without cameras. Which brings me to the next point. Open your cameras now, and more importantly, during the lesson. I know that it's not always possible, but if it is in any way possible, it is very important. When your camera is open, you are in the lesson. When it's not, the lesson may be playing in the background, but you are anywhere but. Okay? Let's be honest with ourselves. I know this from personal experience, okay? So having an open camera means I'm in the lesson, not only for me. That's what it means to my friends. If they see me in the lesson, they know I'm with them. If they see only my name and a black rectangle there, then from their perspective, I could be anywhere and doing anything. I could be sleeping for all they know. Okay? So I think it's part of the Arvut that we have to give to each other. So make every effort you can to open your cams. And lastly, there's a Unity Day coming up. Guys, it's a mess like you wouldn't believe. Trying to decide when exactly to do it. What is the schedule? Right now, the schedule is that it starts at 3 p.m. Israel time and ends around 8:30 p.m. Yeah, so it's like 5 hours, 5.5 hours. Okay, that's probably the final call. But it went through so many changes that I'm afraid to give you a final wording. However, making an effort to hook up physically is very important. I know that there are quite a few local communities who are making that effort, and it's inspiring to see it. It's inspiring to see the efforts that friends are making to get together. Do that. You will not regret it. Even if you end up being more time together than the actual Unity Day, you can only gain from that. So what? You had another meal together and you read a few more excerpts together, or maybe watched another recorded lesson together. You can only gain from that. Okay? So, so make the effort. Right, I'm done with the announcements. And Richard, back to you, and before I get back to the practical work in the 10.
Thank you, Chaim. So today's special presentation is an HR award, and to present it, our head of the HR department, Iva.
Thank you, Richard. I heard you the last time. I just couldn't open my camera, couldn't do anything, and you couldn't hear me. I think the creator felt like I needed to be nervous. I want what Chaim has. Can I not be like this? That makes me nervous too, to see me, just me. Yeah, that's good. I want you, the ones who are receiving the award certificates, to be spotlighted, not so much me. All right. Okay. So let's see if technology will work for me. So this is the fourth quarter, and it is the last iteration of the last installment of the HR awards that we're given to for dissemination. And so today we are placing a spotlight on the great team that plans and produces this amazing gathering, one we're in right now. We will give a brief look at how this gathering came about and how we came to enjoy this session and all the others today and all the others that we've had. So we're going to call it Celebrating of our Journey Together. Before the local centers closed in 2020 due to COVID, we shared the joy of the North America meal, and we shared that for a long time through the years. So though we no longer really have the North America gathering in person, so the reason we had the gathering was because local centers were mainly responsible for it, preparing food. The people that also participated in the gathering virtually, we were always there too. The ones who were close enough would participate in person, and the ones who did, it was on Zoom. So we'd all eat together and share. But when COVID came, that was a thing of the past, and there was no more gathering locally in 2020 after that. But despite all that, the North America came up with something beautiful. This gathering right here, when our friends, after our friends had, local friends had embraced being virtual, that was something to behold too. So because of what we had gone through, all of the challenges that we had, all of us dealing with COVID, the Connecting as One Sunday Gathering was born, and a new tradition was formed. And this is that tradition that to continue to uplift and inspire us. So today we celebrate the incredible team that makes all of this happen. It's made up of both original North American meal members as well as some new friends. And it has become a family that we cherish. Twice a week, these great people meet together with passion and purpose, carefully planning who will inspire us on a Sunday. The team is made up of 11 members, 11 hearts with one vision. Each decision is made together, every voice is valued, and every role is celebrated. So much so that they decided that each would receive one of two awards today. They insisted that I choose them. Lucky for me, they did give me a couple to choose from, so it made it kind of easy. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known which one to choose for them. And all this magic happens through the two roles that they share. And those two roles are content creation, from preparing the lineups, arranging participants, crafting announcements, documenting meeting notes for publishing for us to enjoy again, and everything else in between. So Zoom operators, they spotlight speakers, posting in the chat, playing music, ensuring our virtual space feel alive and welcoming. Together, this team transforms Sundays into something extraordinary, a moment where we can truly be as one. So let's give out the 2 awards that I've chosen for them. We'll spotlight the Zoom operators first. Ella, Robert, Shelley, and Vesna. Please. And you can put me in the spotlight this time, if you want. Then you could be joining me. Okay, these are the Zoom operators the unsung heroes. We're missing someone who makes our Sundays shine. So all 4 of the Zoom operators, that's not me. We're missing Ella. She's the actual Zoom host today. Vesna, we're missing too, right? It's, yeah. John, I didn't actually have you as a Zoom operator. So it's actually 4 Zoom operators. John does it too, but then there's actually 4 of them. Okay, sorry. You're confusing me. I already had a hard start. You know, this wasn't easy because the creator needed me to be nervous. And here I am nervous. I don't do nervous, but he decided that's what it needed to be. So what am I going to do? Now I've lost my talking points, and I need my talking points because I need to read the words that it says on the actual certificate. People need to know these kinds of things. And then there's stuff coming in. Sorry. Okay, so this great group of friends I'm missing someone, right? Vesna? Not here? Is that it? All right. I apologize. I had this was all planned out and it was just going to be so nice, but the creator decided, nah, it's going to be something that I want it to be, so. All right, I'm back. Sorry. So these are the ones that the great friends that are spotlighting the speakers, posting in the chat, playing the music, ensuring our virtual space is alive and welcoming. And together, each one of them will receive the Extraordinary Dedication Award, which simply says, the volunteers' deep commitment and heartfelt devotion to the team and the mission are a beacon of inspiration to all. Congratulations for a job well done. Thank you, guys. Now, is it possible to get the content creators in? Arena, Elisa, Bonnie, John Alvarez, John Colvard, Les, and Richard. Please join me in the spotlight. People want to see your faces. This great group of friends will receive the Team Builder Award. They work as a team. They insisted that they did not want an award where each one get a separate one, but each one, they're very equal. So they very much wanted this award to be bestowed on every single one of them. Sorry, Andre. So the Team Builders Award says the volunteer champions empathy, insight to foster team collaboration, shared success, and a global message of unity in the world. Let's celebrate our content creators, the architects of joy who make Sundays unforgettable. Please join me in congratulating this amazing team, both the Zoom operators and the content creators. And if you can add any Zoom, if there's room to add any Zoom operators back in, you can do that because it's your celebration. You can take me out and add some. This is an 11-member team and there's only 9 spots in the in the spotlight box. So join me. Congratulations, Sunday Gathering team, for connecting us.
Woohoo!
To close, and everybody, please celebrate with our great friends. We wouldn't have this without them. To close out this part of the session, Richard, Bonnie, and John Alvarez, in that order, are invited to share their experience working with this great, amazing team. Richard, take it away.
Wow, so unexpected, Iva. As a member of the Sunday Gathering team, I am honored and humbled that we are being recognized for our efforts. The team meets Monday and Friday to finalize the upcoming Sunday's lineup and work on possible future guests to entertain and inform the English language Kli. As a member of this team or any other planning team, there are several advantages over just being in a 10. Getting to disseminate and working with friends at a corporeal level, which helps strengthen organizational bonds, and having to reach out to the community to bring new ideas and practices. And now to hear from some of our other team members. Bonnie?
Thank you, Richard. Well, again, it is an honor, and it's really fun too. So serving on the Sunday Gathering team has been one of the dearest or clearest way for me to feel that I'm part of something much bigger than myself. And every Sunday when we open our Zoom room and friends begin to appear, I feel how much we all need this moment of connection. Working on this team has shown me that unity doesn't just happen. It's something we prepare, like a table for guests. We create a space where the whole Kli can breathe together and remember the goal together and feel wrapped in one intention. And even the smallest task, posting a message, as Iva has said, or preparing an agenda, inviting a friend or a group, becomes a way of helping build that shared vessel. And for me, the Sunday Gathering is where I sense my place in the spiritual body of Adam Arishon. It reminds me that my point in the heart is really just one part of a much larger heart that we're trying to awaken together. And with this team, I get to contribute something, however small, to that awakening. It's humbling and it's beautiful because I feel that our work isn't just organizational, it's spiritual. It's taking responsibility for each other's inspiration and giving the Creator a place to be revealed between us. So what does serving on this team mean to me? Well, it means remembering every week that I'm not alone. And I hope you all feel the same way, that I belong to a collective soul, that I'm here to help create unity, not in ideas, but in feeling. That through this work, I'm truly part of something far bigger than myself. John, please.
Thank you, Bonnie, and thank you, friends. It's very difficult to put in words what it means to be part of this Sunday Gathering team. But what I can tell you is that for the last 3 years, I had the privilege to work with giant friends with a lot of experience in this team, who prepared this weekly space of connection for the English Kli. This is a space where all these sparks that you see over here meet every week, sparks of light, where intentions rise, where the Creator presence can be felt among us. This weekly meeting is what keeps us connected between physical congresses at the end. It's the medium through which we maintain the eternal flame alive of our society, Bnei Baruch. So each week, as the team plans, coordinates, and reach out to guests, to take notes, to record meetings, to do a lot of logistical work, we often wonder, will we have enough? Will we find the right topic next week, the right speaker, the right light? And we tremble There's a lot of trepidation in that. And every single time something higher fills the gap, a helping hand from above, we feel that a spark from a friend, a word that opens our hearts comes. So together with the Arvut team, we've grown and evolved. The addition of the practical work in the text 10 segment that you've seen in the last weeks has brought our connection to life, transforming inspiration into action and the study into a life experience. We have so many master classes lately. It's a true gift from heaven to be able to serve the friends in this way, I can tell you. To help with the fabric of our shared vessel, week after week, every week. Like Eva said, 11 friends work together to produce this weekly meeting. Friends work as well in post-production, writing notes, editing the videos, uploading it to the YouTube to make it available for friends to review for those who couldn't attend. So make sure that you review that. A document is posted every week on Monday in the women's and men's chats. So in summary, to be part of this team is both a tremendous responsibility and an immense blessing, an immense gift. We hold not just the logistic of the meeting, but the pulse of our collective heart in the English Kli and Bnei Baruch, friends. And when we see the faces of you, all of you, friends across the world, connecting from the English Kli as one, we know that all the efforts, all the late hours, all the doubts are worth it, because something eternal is being created among us. So with deep gratitude to the Creator, to my teammates, to the Arvut team, and to every friend who join us every week, to all of you, thank you for allowing us to serve in this holy work, my friends. May we continue to build this connection, Sunday gathering as one, until our hearts beat as one. L'chaim, friends, l'chaim. Thank you.
Thanks, John. And
Congratulations.
thanks, Bonnie. And thanks again to Iva for this recognition. And now, with our continuing service, practical work in the 10. Chaim?
Yeah. Hello? Okay, I'm just switching to general view again. So first of all, thank you very much to our dear Zoom operators. Without you, we wouldn't have Zoom, would we? Okay, today's topic, and I'm probably going to run a little longer than 11:30, okay? Because it's already almost 11:20. So hope you can bear with me. Today's topic is differences in the level of dedication in the 10. Right? We're all different people with different, not only life circumstances, but different desires, different roots to our souls, probably a different place from, in the soul of Adam HaRishon and whatnot. And, the more we work, the more we realize not how similar we are, but how different we are. And then we have bigger gaps to bridge. So first, maybe a couple of excerpts. The Holy Shla writes, although your friend's virtues are not equal to yours, you must tolerate him and love him, for so the Creator created him. Short and to the point. Although your friend's virtues are not equal to yours, yes, in my eyes, you must tolerate him and love him, for so the Creator created him. And Rabash writes, how can one consider one's friend as greater than himself when he sees that his own merits are greater than his friend's, that he is more talented and has better natural qualities? There are two ways to understand this. One, he is going with faith above reason. Once he has chosen him as a friend, he appreciates him above reason. Two, and this is more natural, within reason. If he has decided to accept the other as a friend and works on himself to love him, then it is natural with love to see only good things. And even though there are bad things in one's friend, he cannot see them. As it is written, love covers all crimes. Okay? So, what do we do when we recently learned this article, this Bash article about the spies. Remember? We all spy, and why we should put shoes on our feet, because in Hebrew, raglaim, feet, comes, it has the same root as the word meraglim, which means spies. That's why we have to cover them with shoes. And because we need to cover the spy within us that always spies on the friends. Why? Because that's our natural tendency. We can't stand anyone being better than us, higher than us, more spiritual than us. So we spy on them to find out their weak spots and then bring them out to light in the name of truth. And of course, in order to help our friend recognize the truth so he may advance, right? You know that feeling? Maybe I'm the only one because you guys are not responding. I feel like, what's his name? The actor, Morgan Freeman in Shawshank, the only guilty man in Shawshank. Okay. So what do we do when that happens? Well, and I'm waiting for your questions, by the way. The first thing we do is we don't do anything. We don't say anything. We don't show anything. We put shoes on it. Remember, it's a spy. We need to cover it, to shut it up. Why? Because every time we advance, our ego grows. And as the ego grows, it sees more faults in the friends. The friends, like it or not, are the closest people to us. They are the people that the Creator chose. Think about it. They are the people that the Creator chose in order to help us realize our life's purpose. Can anyone be more important to us than such a person? It's not just about this life. It's to attain the purpose of our existence, the purpose of our creation in the first place. And these are the people that the Creator chose. So by default, any wrong that I see in them has to be my own fault. Has to be something wrong in me, because the Creator, unless I think that the Creator made a bad choice, in that case, I should look for another creator, maybe. That's a different story. But as long as I'm here and I want to attain the Creator, the least I can do is use what He gave me to reach Him. If I discard and slight and reject what He gave me, the instrument He gave me to reach Him, how do I ever want to reach Him? You understand? So if I see a problem, the problem is in me. I'm not saying that there can never be changes in tens and things like that. There are situations, but the default state of mind should be that. Okay? So if I see things differently, then first of all, I should stop, cover it up, these thoughts, and look for ways to rise above it. Now, how do I rise above it? With my own strength, obviously, I cannot do it, because if I could, I would. Right? It's coming from within my ego, from a larger degree of egoism, which means it is stronger than me. So inherently, it's impossible for me to overcome it by myself. What I can do is use the tools we've been given. What are these tools? You guys want to tell me? You know them.
Prayer.
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 The 10.
And
The 10.
Robust principles.
What would you say, Justin?
The robust principles.
Rabash. Again, the
The-
articles.
The Rob, the books, and the friends.
Of the books and the friends. Exactly, these are the means. Okay? By prayer, I pray to the Creator. He gave me that state. He made me this way. He should lift me out of it. The friends, I can always take an example from the friends. Or even if I can't, I know that there is a Zoom at, 10 a.m. I join the Zoom and I shut up and listen. I just absorb, just absorb the text, absorb the words of the friends. And just by incorporating in them, my situation changes. They lift me. You know how we study that, each upper partzuf has a lower partzuf, right? Let's talk about tas. Let's make tas practical, okay? And the galgalta enayim, the head of the partzuf, the mind of the lower partzuf is in the achap, in the bottom part of the upper partzuf, right? So your upper partzuf is your 10. Okay? Now, when you switch off your own mind, your own galgalta enayim, you connect to the 10, because you no longer place a barrier between you and the 10. Your ego doesn't interfere, doesn't get in the way anymore. And then, without even trying, without even making an effort, they lift you to their level. They may not be aware of it, but just because they are a 10 and work together, they are at a higher level than you, because you are working alone right now. You are immersed in egoism. You understand what I'm saying? Test may sound very mechanical, but it's actually the purest spiritual work there is, the purest explanation of it. Okay? So if I annul before the 10, they lift me. There is no failure in that. It happens every time. What else did we say? The books, of course, written by Kabbalists again. All I need to do is just read without thinking, without involving my own thought process, my own mind and ego that comes along with the mind. And because the writer is from a higher degree than my own, it lifts me there. It lifts me from where I am. All right? Another thing we can do, by the way, which you guys didn't mention, is to do something for the friends, if I can. Sometimes I can't. But if I can, that always helps a lot. Okay. What else did we have? That was about it. All right, guys, questions? Either with the hand or without the hand, with just an open mic. Yeah, Genya.
Hi, well, friends. So my question is like this. So for spies, for example, right? I feel like in the beginning, especially, like all I have sometimes is just spice. And it's hard work. So for example, like let's say we try to put like shoes right on our mega gleam. And what if we see our friends, they have a lot of, not maybe fears, but how you say mesapkim, like they're not sure, right? About what's gonna happen, like a lot of changes happening.
Supakim.
Mesopakim, yes. And they don't see, for example, that everything comes from the creator, right? And he good who does good, right? So and you don't, for example, you don't share that same fear, right?
Yeah, I'm
So
going to stop
is
you
that
here. I'm going to stop
yes.
you here again. First, because I want, guys, please try to keep your questions short, okay? And also, I think I understand what you're trying to ask. I think there is an attitude issue here on your part. Your attitude should be not, you see, what you're telling us is that I see them as not doing this and not doing that and all of that. Whereas instead, you should be saying, what can I do to help? The Creator has given you an opportunity to help, to bestow. And the best way to do it is by example. It is almost always a bad idea to approach people directly and tell them off. It hardly ever works. Okay? People get offended, and rightly so, because you are probably coming from a patronizing attitude, even if you don't mean to. And it's always going to, come off this way. But an example is an example. You cannot beat an example. You can't say anything against an example. And patience. And also, in some cases, you need to be tactful about it. You can express your prayer that maybe the friends will be able to become more active, that the Creator will allow them, things like that. Be very, very gentle. Criticism is not something that is welcome by anyone. So that's why the best approach is just by example and by prayer. And sometimes you can express your prayer. Okay? And besides, I see that your 10 is becoming more and more active, so you must be doing something right. All right? Nika.
Well, in recent lessons, when we studied these Rabash articles about the spies, there was also a workshop with the tens, kind of exploring what we can do better. And one of the things emerged from our discussion was finding ways to kind of elevate friends, in my opinion, truly. Like how? So, is there separate work in making my friends as Rav, and how to really engage in it? Like I understand that annulling aspect, just to come into the 10. So let's say we formed an elevator by our annulling. Does somebody press the buttons, how to get to the next floor, like beyond the pulling force of reading the texts and finding ways to be exposed
I'm not
to
exactly
him.
sure what you're asking, Nick. Can you like make it like a one-liner?
Okay, one-liner is there work in making Rav in my mind, making friends into Rav in my mind, in my perception, in my
Yes.
action?
Just think, who placed this friend in front of me? So whether I see it or not, this friend is doing the Creator's work for me, towards me. It's the Creator speaking to me through the friend. Just like we said earlier, that the Creator chose exactly these friends to help me achieve the purpose of my existence throughout time. Okay? When you can look at it this way for even a second, then you should try it. Yeah, Dan.
Hey, all right, so I'll give you the state real quick. You're in a workshop with the friends, right? One of them is speaking nonsense for an extended period of time. And then another friend starts sending me telegrams saying this and that.
Yeah.
Uh,
WTF.
yeah, of course, yeah. That's exactly what he said. You must be. Anyways, so what? I mean, I just let him know it's just a descent, you know. It's just the growth of ego, whatever. But the friend is legitly going on and on and on. I mean, it's like a 3-minute speech, right?
You guys should have rules. It's a technical thing. You guys should have rules.
Yeah.
Okay? No friend speaks for more than 30 seconds, 45 seconds. If you can't say what he wants to say in 45 seconds, he probably doesn't have anything to say. I mean, he may have something to say, but he doesn't know how to say it. He didn't organize his thoughts. It's a good practice in organizing our thoughts. Because if he speaks longer than that, you guys are not going to understand him anyway. And you guys have lost patience long ago. So just make a rule, no longer than 45 seconds per friend. Okay, maybe 30 seconds. Afterwards, you'll see that it doesn't take more than 15. Right? More? Or I'm going to give it to Genya again.
I have a question.
Yeah.
There's a well-known spy that's expressed, and it's not just like the friend's personality, but it's real measurable. It's morning lesson participation. Where during the day, in my eyes, he's a hypocrite because he says that that this is the greatest thing in my life, but he doesn't put his money where his mouth is. He doesn't come to the morning lesson. From what I heard, one, I have to tolerate the friend that I see that all of these problems. But what does it mean to, do I just continue to be a good example of coming to the morning lesson and pray that it'll become better?
I don't know. Here you can add. Because if he already says that that's the greatest thing in his life, then you can expressly say that you are praying for him, that the Creator will allow him to be present more often in the greatest thing in his life. Okay? Look, in every 10, there are people with different circumstances and different stages in their development. That's why I told Genya that she needs patience. We all need patience. It's not just for Genya. It's for each of us. We all have these spies within us. And we all go through stuff, you know? And the fact that I'm in a descent doesn't mean that I don't appreciate the path anymore, or the teacher, or the friends, or the Creator. Maybe I'm just going through a tough time, and maybe I am surrendering to the spies and I need some help. Maybe I need to just have a friendly talk with someone, or go out for a beer if we live nearby, or just get a silly joke on WhatsApp, through a personal message that just lets me know that the friend is thinking about me. That helps, that reconnects us, because your connection with your friends, like it or not, is spiritual. It's spiritually based. So even if you're asking, hey bro, how you doing? What's up? Just like that, without anything spiritual, your attention from a friend on the path connects him to the path. So try and be creative, and just think of ways to bring the friends closer. The closeness, in the end, is what helps us. Ben.
So we spend a good portion of the morning lesson, if not all the morning lesson, talking about how work in the 10 is, and connection in the 10 is like the way to attain spirituality. But what if you find yourself in the morning lesson or in 10 meetings alone, or with, one other friend, no camera on, or something like that? How can we turn that to progress toward the goal?
When it happened in my 10, the friend who was at the meeting alone wrote afterwards, I came and there was no one. It's a phrase from Rabash. It's what the Creator says when he comes into the synagogue and there is no one. I mean, there's a gathering and no one is waiting for him, for the Creator. So he kind of paraphrased on it. So he wrote, I came and there was no one. So that we dedicated the Shivat Chaverim of the 10 that week to discussing how we can increase the importance of the Zoom meetings so it doesn't happen again. And that's what we did, and it worked. So try to bring it up. See if you can raise the importance and help the friends make an extra effort. Okay? Right. Hello, Jolene.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Can a 10 decide together that it's best to keep the camera off, sensitivity, or perhaps maybe like we can do an hour together, or should this be individual? Thank you.
Like you all, as a 10, want to keep your cameras off? The whole 10 is present in the lesson, but with cameras switched off?
Like due to sensitivity with schedules, and that there would be a situation where it would be best for comfortable to keep it off.
Personally, I don't see how that would be beneficial. But why don't you try and see what happens? But don't try it for too long, or you guys will kind of dissipate. Okay? Because like I said, a camera off means you can go anywhere. All right? Don't let your egos enjoy it too long, but you can try if you want. Genya, and then we have to go.
Thank you so much, Chaim, for the workshop. My another question is how I can turn the spice into something positive, and how I can serve my friends in the 10 for the better, and actually help them. Thank you.
By being an example not only of dedication to the goal, but of love of friends, of sensitivity to the friends. If a friend in your 10 has something that troubles her, and you notice it, and you tell her, I'm praying for you, that will win her. And if the whole 10 knows about it, it will set a really good example that they will want to follow. And with that in mind, guys, I really have to go because I'm about 15 minutes late to another meeting. All right.
Thanks, Chaim, and thanks again to all of you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Ella?
בלילות הלב נסגר, כאילו שהכל נגמר, ואין עצה ואין תבונה, אז מתחדשת הלבנה, בין עליות לירידות, כשאין מוצא ואין כוחות, ולא נותרה כבר אף מילה, אז מתפרצת התפילה, כי אם חם הכל חיים, באורך נראה אור, כי אם חם הכל חיים, באורך נראה אור. כשאנחנו